What's up, internet friends, founders, and the entrepreneur curious? You've made it, and you're here. It's Venture Daily with me, Peter Saddington. What's up, guys? I hope you are having a wonderful Friday. After all, it is Friday, February 14th. It's the end of the week, my friends, and you're hanging out with me. We have a great show for you today. We're only going to be talking about one thing, and it's going to be fried chickadee chicken, guys. I know. This is supposed to be all about venture deals and about what's going on in the venture landscape and the founder landscape and the technology landscape. I get it. But sometimes you just cross an article that you just have to read. And frankly, it's Friday after all. And you know what? I want to eat some fried chicken. So we're going to be talking about KFC's Beyond Fried Chicken. We're going to be talking about a review today. And it's not a review, not by me. It's written by someone else on TechCrunch. And so we're going to be reading that out as if we're that guy. But what's really cool about this is that it does actually have to deal with technology. You see, you guys have probably not been ignorant to this fact, but we've been moving into a new world, a new reality, where maybe, just maybe, when it comes to eating meat in the future, you won't actually, I know, here's the sad violin. You might not actually be eating real meat in the future. I mean, we've seen news bits around meat that's grown in labs. That is kind of, nope. Like, how do they really grow this stuff? We've seen vegan meats. We've seen people giving pretty interesting reviews around Beyond Meat, or meat that isn't meat, that's actually just like plants. And so, you know, the world that we're moving into, whether you like it or not, as consumers, maybe we don't have that much choice. And we're all going to be ending up eating plant-based meat. Or sorry, we can't even really call it meat. We're going to all be eating plants that taste like meat. And so I woke up this morning. I promised you guys from yesterday's episode, by the way, that I was going to read this. And I woke up this morning and I was actually really excited to read this review. I haven't had a good piece of chicken in a while, maybe a couple weeks, or, well, when did I have chicken last? I mean, I have to think about this for a second. When did I have chicken last? I hope maybe you're thinking about on your car drive or your commute right now when you had chicken last. When did I have chicken last? 3, 4? Man, maybe it's been over a month since I've had a good piece of chicken. Like if we're talking about good, like exceptionally good pieces of chicken. I don't think I've had an exceptionally, well, I had a good piece of chicken last summer. I remember that there was a barbecue that I went to. So that's coming up. So maybe I haven't had a good piece of chicken for at least 6 or 7 months or so. And so this article here is making me want some chicken. Take a sip of this tea here, guys. Well, I'm glad that you're here with me. I love being part of your day, and whether you're listening to me on Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play, or you're watching me on the boob tubes here, you're just going to have to listen to me in the background. That's what a lot of people do, because I'm going to be talking about that chicken, guys. Let's get into it. It's Venture Daily. Alrighty. In a hip hotel in Chicago's West Loop, nestled among Michelin-starred restaurants and more than I can count, KFC has presented me with a carefully plated presentation of chubby chicken chunks on a rectangular white plate. The first is your standard, plain tan. The second, a honey barbecue. And the third, drenched in buffalo sauce. And the final features of an oily coating of Nashville hot spice. Sitting amid lavish bouquets of red peppers, turnips, Brussels sprouts, and other vegetables, I take my first bite of vegan KFC. That's right, guys. KFC's new Beyond Fried Chicken will be available at nearly 100 stores in Charlottesville, North Carolina, Nashville, and surrounding areas from February 3rd to February 23rd. Produced by Beyond Meat exclusively for KFC, if it sells and customers like it, a nationwide release will follow at an undisclosed date. So the question is, during this period of Beyond KFC meat. Are you going to be trying it out? Well, you still have time, my friends. Back in Chicago, in my fancy tasting room, a 3-foot-tall cutout of the Colonel himself looks on from a green wall as I tried the undressed plant nugget for the very first time. My teeth pierced the crunchy fried coating and shred through the meat. Ooh, that sounds pretty good, guys. Shredding through the meat. It tastes just like a doggone piece of chicken. And not just any piece of chicken, but a KFC piece of chicken, with hints of those 11 herbs and spices. I fork and knife my way through the honey barbecue, perfectly too sweet, and the coating still crunchy. The buffalo, a touch vinegary for my taste, but offering the uncanny aftertaste of chicken. And the Nashville, a deeper pepper flavor that is respectable heat, and that hits me like a delightful 10 seconds later. KFC and Beyond Meat executives are waiting to be interviewed, and I look at the 4 remaining pieces there on the plate, realizing there's the best faux chicken I've eaten in the last 5 years of mostly eating vegan. Wouldn't it be uncouth to keep going, to meet Ethan Brown, CEO of Beyond Meat, with barbecue sauce on my hoodie? I opt to stop, though I regret later that I didn't finish. KFC adopting Beyond Meat is not necessarily the biggest coup for fake meats in fast food. Last year, Beyond Meat had already snuck its breakfast sausage into sandwiches and bowls at Dunkin', the fourth most popular chain in the United States. While fierce competitor Impossible landed the Whopper at Burger King, the 6th. But while KFC is smaller than either of these chains, at least 12th place right now, it certainly feels like a sign of the times that a company has literally named Kentucky Fried Chicken will be selling chicken with no literal chicken in it. No wonder the alternative meat industry is projected to grow $140 billion in a decade. Wow, $140 billion for faux meat? Is this our new reality, guys? It's making me ridiculously hungry reading this, but at the same time, I'm somewhat conflicted because I don't know if I want to eat vegan meat. Let me know in the comments below, guys, your thoughts. As Andrea Zumaneski, CMO of KFC US, tells me, KFC has been eyeing meat replacements for a while, but no product is in the category seemed mature enough to work. Was the issue of it just not working, or the actual contractual issues not worked out yet? Maybe that's really it. That was until last year when big talks with Beyond Meat began in earnest, and the two companies struck up a deal to co-develop a product. The process has taken about 6 months. The target customer isn't just vegans or vegetarians, but flexitarians. Ooh, flexitarians. That's a new word. I just learned something new, guys. People who might eat meat, but would like to cut back on how much they consume. As a recent Kroger study found, 93% of people who bought Beyond Burger had some other animal proteins in their cart. And for KFC, which has been posting solid revenues and profits, though failing to have its Popeye's chicken sandwich moment, the product offers an opportunity to bring a new, younger audience. A new, younger audience? Now here's a question, my friends. Does a new, younger audience, do they actually really care about whether it's real meat or it's fake meat? Do they really care? I don't know. I haven't talked to enough millennials or Generation Z to matter. And in many cases, why should they care? Shouldn't they care about trying to figure out who's holding whose hands and stuff and who's got a crush on who? I mean, that's what I was focusing on in middle school. The chicken is good enough that I suspect it will, but getting to this point was difficult. Beyond Meat's chicken product is completely custom for KFC, which is unique, by the way. The Impossible Whopper at Burger King and sliders at White Castle are the standard blend. The company went through countless iterations on the protein, ultimately opting not a ground, spongy protein, but something more akin to a whole breast muscle tissue. That's intriguing. As Brown demonstrates, picking apart a nugget with his fingers, Beyond fried chicken flakes and shreds. It's something but the grill-marked homogeneous slabs of Beyond chicken I bought from the freezer aisles years ago. The meat is marinated to improve texture, and impart extra KFC flavor. Meanwhile, KFC worked on a breading, opting for a coat that was similar to the company's popcorn chicken. It all comes together in a factory before the product is shipped to KFC locations and deep fried to food-safe temperatures, just like meat would be. The final fry is also key to denaturing the proteins and giving the chicken the right mouthfeel, I'm told. You know, it's amazing how much science. So one of my previous clients was another chicken company based out of Atlanta, Georgia. And there I learned the fascinating science behind food tasting. It's real science, number one. And number two, it's ridiculously involved. One of the things that I always wondered about when it came to food testing is, don't the food testers kind of get tired of eating the same thing over and over again? I would. I was surprised that KFC is opting to present its plant-based chicken so naked as a product that could be eaten plain, dipped, or tossed in sauce. Why not release a Beyond Meat fried chicken sandwich that could hide off any flavors with a bun, veggies, and extra condiments? The vegan chicken sandwiches I've eaten at these restaurants for years do just this, and often to a convincing effect, probably because it's all masked. Quote, our customers expect KFC to be a certain flavor and to be flavorful. Doing it in a form like this allows the flavor to shine and the texture to shine, says Zumaneski, who implies that a bun or extra accoutrements would have just gotten in the way of the result. One other curious part of the design is the shape. McDonald's famously uses bell, ball, bone, and boot molds in their nugget designs to create a sensation somewhere between chicken and a factory-processed food and unique organic snowflakes. For KFC Beyond Fried Chicken, I thought they were talking about humans for a second, those organic snowflakes. For KFC's Beyond Fried Chicken, each chunk of chicken has a geometry that's tougher to describe. I jot down the term warbly square in my notes. Some pieces look like wing flats. Others look like a sort of fried Tamagotchi keychain. It's some kind of nugget, like boneless wing-like, more premium than a nugget thing, says Zumaneski. Indeed, originally the shape is even called the boneless wing during an early market test in Atlanta. We got to celebrate Atlanta, guys. They dropped the bomb. Atlanta. You know we love to celebrate Atlanta and Atlanta startups. Fast lined up around the block, but they got feedback. Plants don't have bones, so they can't be boneless. That's why we test. Zumaneski laughs at the company's error. We're trying to learn. In the future, Beyond Meat could reshape this chicken however KFC wants. For now, it's clear the company is going for something more premium than a chicken nugget, but they can't call it a wing. Chicken cube? Chicken tesseract? Release the cube. Release the cube. Don't be surprised to see more testing from KFC in the future, regarding both the shape of its plant chicken and its branding. Whatever shape and name Beyond Fried Chicken takes when it eventually hits stores nationwide, the product they have ready to trial today is superb. Ooh, it's superb, guys. As I leave the meeting, the flavors of KFC are still left on my tongue, and I'm left with a new revelation about the future of fake meats. Some people don't like Beyond Meat for its uncanny resemblance to real meat. Maybe that's the problem. Others frown upon eating plant meats when the real stuff is so delicious and plentiful. Both of these perspectives are fair. What you put under your mouth is entirely your own business. But Beyond Fried Chicken demonstrates that KFC is more a food as brand than it is food as chicken. KFC, as we know it in our mind's eye, is an experience that transcends the quibbles. Is this real meat, to ask? Is this authentic KFC, to ask? And Beyond Fried Chicken certainly is guilty, salty, chewy, herbaceous, umami-loaded of an experience of KFC that you know. Though now I'd like to eat some extra tasty, crispy, and original recipe versions, to be quite frank. That's his opinion right there, guys. So Beyond Fried Chicken is fried in the same fryers as KFC's meat-based fried chicken, so much like Burger King's Impossible Whopper. Some people may take issue with calling this vegan. Well, guys, that's the tech. That's the tech for today. That is the story. Have you, now here's the question. It's an honest question because I haven't ever tried it. I've never tried Beyond Meat. I've never tried any vegan burger before. Mostly because I've just stuck to the old-fashioned, regular cut off the head of a chicken and fry the chicken and eat the chicken? So let me know in the comments below. Reply to our daily newsletter if you subscribe to that. Let me know your thoughts about Beyond Kentucky Fried Chicken and whether this is going to be the future of our food. Now, giving some thought and having read this article now for the second time here, giving this thought, I think my biggest, not anxiety, but my biggest consideration about eating meat that's not actually meat is whether it's actually going to be giving me the same nutritional value that I expect, right? There's a whole physiology and psychology behind my decision making here. Like when I eat chicken for purpose. Yeah. Sometimes you just eat because it tastes good. But in many ways, and maybe this is just the way that I eat in general, is I eat for purpose. I eat for function. And so for me, it would have to be loaded with the right nutrients that I assume should be there, so that I can eat that meat, so that I can replace real meat, real chicken, with fake chicken. I guess that's where my issues come up. And I haven't done enough research about the nutritional value. I'm actually, probably in some ways, I can assume that it's even better than the real meat. But maybe one of these days, maybe one of these days I'll buy one of the faux chickens and I'll eat it in one of these videos so that you guys can know that I finally had my first piece of Beyond Meat or fake chicken. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this particular serenade of my voice and a story about Beyond Meat's Kentucky Fried Chicken experiment that's happening this week. So you guys can check it out. Reply, comment, subscribe, let the world know you're listening to Venture Daily with me. And have a great weekend, my friends. Have a great one. Really do. I'll see you next time.